Good morning, Porch Chronicles. How y'all doing out there? So, remember I said I went to the movies yesterday. So while I was sitting at the movies, it was a white couple sitting next to me, like a man and a woman. And she had a rollator, so they was in the handicap row, like where I was, because my scooter was on the side. And she had started choking on some popcorn. So he had gave her a bottle of water. And this is when the previews was going on, so the movie hadn't started yet. So I couldn't really hear that conversation, and I wasn't trying to, but I did notice her choking on the popcorn. And then after he gave her the water, they said some words between each other. But then he said, "Shut up, stop being stupid." And I was like, ooh. And I thought to myself, other relationships I've had, I've only had one relationship where it was abusive verbally. Really, really bad. No, two. But the last one was during the pandemic, and that was a real bad, real verbal every day. And I never knew you could have a relationship like that. I don't see how people can survive with that. I couldn't be in anything like that long. And then how could you say you love me in the next breath, and then you calling me everything but a child of God all the time? I don't ever want that type of relationship. Now, I'm not saying in the heat of the moment I haven't said things, and truthfully, we shouldn't do that either, because you can't take back words. I just felt some type of way when I heard her say that, for the simple fact, when I started dating the dude that I date now, my mouth was real foul. And he used to always say something to me, because he don't cuss. If he curses, it's real minimal, and it's like when people driving real stupid outside. Like, you rarely ever gonna hear him cuss. He just don't do it. And he's not gonna say the N-word. Don't believe in that word, hates that word, and you better not call him one, because he's like, I'm never gonna be that, and I don't believe no one's that. So, with that being said, when we first started dating, he used to always be like, why are you talking like that? And he knows I'm intelligent, and I have a vocabulary. And he was like, you're too pretty to talk like that. You shouldn't even. I was like, but I'm not cussing at you. I'm just cursing. And he was like, but why are you cursing? And this is right before I started my spiritual journey and going to counseling. Then we separated for about a year. And didn't speak. We didn't see each other, none of that. That's when I started going through this journey of consciousness and spirituality. And everything within me, even though I wanted to say, oh, that's just me, that's just who I am, if you don't like it, blah, 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 was showing me that that wasn't who I was. And now that we're back in the phase of talking or seeing if this is going to be something that can work out, if I say a curse word now, he'd be like, you just said that to try me. And I'd be like, what you mean? He was like, because you don't even cuss like that no more. And I don't. Because I don't allow myself to get there no more. I don't put myself in an unconscious mode. And if I do, I catch myself real quick. Because if I start slinging cuss words, it means I'm not conscious. That means I'm not thinking. I'm reacting without thinking. So sometimes I'll say a small cuss word just to see what he's going to do. He'll be like, did you have to say that? And I'd be like, no, he's like, you just be always trying to push the button. I'd be like, yeah, there's still some old me there. But who I am in just this beginning of 2025 compared to who I was in 2022, I'm nothing like that girl. We always say, oh, that's just who I am. But really, if you go deep into that, just who you are, you'll realize none of that's really you, especially when it's negative. I love you, Porch Chronicles.